this presentation of this engine here. So we have a V6 supercharged engine. A V6 is basically it's an engine where the head is set up in a V. It compresses the engine more and it turns it more into a more powerful and more powerful and compressed engine, so you can fit a bigger engine inside a smaller vehicle. If you don't know what a supercharger is, it's basically a vacuum. If you want to see that, basically a vacuum for an engine. That is basically what it is right there. So the pulleys, basically how the engine works is there are pistons and cylinders inside these heads. Inside those heads there are also valves. Whenever a crankshaft inside of there rotates, it's got little notches in it that are about that long. It hits those valves that are in there. It hits a little thing that hits the valves that creates fuel, timing, spark, all that stuff. Spark comes from this right here. This is, as you can tell, it's 6-cylinder because it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on it. So it has 6 spark plugs, 6 cylinders. So whenever that camshaft rotates the valves over, which rotates the pistons, which then the spark plugs there ignite spark inside there in order for the gas to ignite. Whenever that gas ignites, the engine runs. These pulleys, they run off a starter, which is right here. This pulley here runs off a starter. That pulley gets fed to the one way down there where that sprocket looking thing is. Runs from there, runs to this one, runs back up to supercharger, comes back down. That's the starter is what starts your engine from a key. The battery is the instrument that basically runs all your electronics, AC, basically all that you see right there. That's basically all it runs off. It runs off your radiator, and how that's ran off is, let me try to find it here. I know it's pretty hidden away. I can't really find it, but it's an alternator. An alternator basically keeps up the charge in the battery. The thing in there keeps the battery running. It keeps the battery charge keep going. So that's basically it for this. But unless we want to go underneath now. Okay, so that big piece right there, that is a transmission. Transmission feeds from there with a drive shaft that goes from the edge of the transmission up to the engine, which is right there. That piece right there comes off the transmission there, and then comes out here. That is your output drive shaft. Drive shaft feeds to the rear. In the rear, there are, show you, get back there, let's find it here. There are little dog bone, there's something called a dog bone that's down there. Oh, where is it at? Oh, these won't have it, the rear wheels won't have it, front wheels will. Whoops, they're right down there, that little coupler. That thing, that's called dog bone. That drives your front wheels from the power off the transmission, from the transmission off the drive shaft and everything else. That's basically it for the presentation of this. That's basically it. And the person that made this engine, which is me, whatever you want to call it, is George Bayton. Yeah. And this was made, first combustion engine was made in 1876. Right now it's many uses. Basically every car, vehicle that you own has a combustion engine in it. Dirt bikes have combustion engines. Tractors have combustion engines. So there's a diesel engine. Diesel engines are a little different because they have something called glow plugs instead of spark plugs, and they feed off a totally different gas. But anyways, there is my presentation. Oh, what's that? What is that? You guys see that? You guys see that? I think that's Bigfoot. I think that's Bigfoot. Man, look at this, man. For like 100 years now.